This is a basic tutorial on a high ball fade with a sharp razor line finish. Hope y'all enjoy. Alright, what's good YouTube? This is LaPree the Barber. I'd like to get right into it. So let's start. So this is a wall balding clipper, which I recommend. It's really awesome. We're going to do a ball fade with a sharp razor finish. So I'm getting my wall balding clipper, going around his head halfway. You gotta be careful with these clippers. They're very sharp. They're really extremely sharp. So I apply very minimal pressure when I use this device or this piece of machinery. So yeah, I'm going up halfway, trying to start that first line. So starting that first line. Now I got on my 000, my 000 blade in the closed position, flicking out. And I'm, using the levers on the side. I'm alternating between the open and closed position, depending on the area where I want to cut more hair or less hair. The more hair you want to cut, you want to use the more closer closed position you want to use, and the less hair you want to cut, you open up the blade a little bit more on the side. Okay, brushing the hair down. Now moved into a 2. Back on my balding clipper. So my younger brother's about a 2 open on the top. So yes, I'm fading upward and I'm going downward to kind of like eliminate that line that I just created. So you can start to see there's a initial line, there's a middle line, and there's another line where I just created with the 2 guard. Now you want to caution yourself whenever you're doing a ball fade, because the fading is really important. You're working with very minimal space. So I'm going back down to that first line that I created from the wall balding clipper, and I got my Andes Masters probably about at the 1, the first notch on the side. If you don't have the Andes Masters, it's just like a little bit of open, like just little open position. And again, I'm fading outward on like a 45-degree angle, just very short strokes, and I'm flicking. And as you can see, I'm closing and opening the clipper on the side. And I'm using only the edge of the clipper. You want to alternate between the left edge of the blade and the right edge. Never do I just keep the whole entire blade flat against his head when I'm trying to achieve a fade. So again, here you can see I alternated between that left corner, and now I'm going towards the middle, using that middle blade. And as I get around the head, as you can see, I'm not completely applying a lot of pressure. Okay. My little brother's so lucky. I'm always cutting his hair. About every 2 weeks he get a fresh cut. So back now, I think this is a 00, universal blade on the Speedo Masters. You can see the back of my head. I need to line up too. But here we go. This is a 00, flicking out. As you can see, it's in a closed position. I just had it at a middle position not too long ago. And you're just playing with it. I'm moving very fast because my camera life is running out. So hopefully you guys are able to catch on. This is for beginners, people who are just beginning to learn how to cut. Again, ball fade. Oh, look at those eyes. My brother's so cute. So guys, the camera cut out on me. I have the issue of charging my phone. I mean my camera. So here again, this is the 00 universal Speedomaster universal guard or whatever. Cleaning out that second line. Again, you guys can refer to my other videos for how to get rid of those line of demarcations. I did one with a mid fade with a design on the side that goes really into detail of how to get those lines away. But for the sake of my battery life, I'm just trying to hurry up and give you guys like a little brief tutorial on how I did this ball fade on my brother with the sharp razor line finish. Here I have a little issues with my clippers. Realized that I didn't screw in the screw right because it didn't end up cutting. Supposed to be focusing on the haircut, but the cameraman was fascinated with me. So here you can see it was, my clipper wasn't even cutting anything. I was so pissed off. Had a rough day this day. But yeah, you can even see my brother. I'm telling my brother, do you feel anything? Like, what's going on? So pulled out my other clippers that weren't that great adjusted. You know, these are mainly what I use for kids. So that, you know, these are not sharp at all. But for the sake of just creating a nice little initial hairline, I went on ahead and used these. These are my Favorite Pros. I love these. They're really good for brothers with curly hair or finer cut hair, finer grade hair. So yeah, here I'm just creating just a rough outline of what I want to, how I want to begin my lining when it comes to my sharp razor. So I'm just creating a brief skeleton. Here you see my clipper in the upside down position. Again, I'm not applying hardly any pressure. You don't want to apply too much pressure when you're using your liners because you're gonna give your client scars. I learned that the hard way. My brother had several scars in the past because I'm thinking I have to cut really deep into the hair. No, just let the clipper do its work. If your clippers are adjusted nicely and sharpened, and you know maintain your clippers, you don't need to do all that extra stuff. So now I'm gonna pull out my sharp razor. And again, this is a dry sharp razor. Well, the surface area is dry. I don't put any oils or any water. I feel like you get a better look. So I'm pulling the skin with my left hand, my left thumb, and applying very minimal pressure when I'm cutting with the sharp razor at an angle. I don't use a sharp razor on the chin area because it will cause irritation if you're doing a dry shave. So I'm just focusing on this you know, the sideburns and his beard. Again, I'm pulling that skin with my left thumb and gently at an angle, pulling it in. And this is the Parker butterfly sharp razor. Forgive me. You can get off of Amazon. They're only about 20 bucks. Holds that blade really nice, and that's a shark disposable blade that I use. Some people use Derby, whatever. You can use whatever you want. But here you are. For the sake of my battery life, again, you guys, I do apologize. The video is going to be cut, but I will show you the ending results. But, you know, that's just a brief overview. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's move on to the next segment. So here is the ending results. Highball fade, sharp razor line finish. I kind of faded out the sideburns at the very tip so they don't look too distinct going into that beard. You know, I don't use any darkening sprays or anything like that. This is all natural. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tune in for my other videos. Take care.